Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, September 18th, 2020. Fire potential impacts are shown here for the next few days. The main story for today continues to be very gusty wind for much of the geographic area, including western and southern Nevada up through western Utah and then up through central and far northwest Idaho. We do have a little bit of moisture moving in ahead of this low that will be coming in later this afternoon into the evening hours over northern Nevada and southwest Idaho. And then overnight into Saturday, we expect more moisture to move into the central Idaho mountains and continue moving eastward to northeast Nevada and northern Utah, western Wyoming. We will still see winds over southern and southeast Utah on Saturday with a dry air mass there as well. And then on Sunday, the winds really just continue across the southern tip of the Great Basin with moisture moving off to the east. Smoke for this morning is still in place over much of western and central Nevada and up through western Idaho as well. Not too much change there. By this afternoon, however, the winds pick up and really start to clear the smoke out of California and continue to push it off to the east. So there will be some clearing, but we can clearly see the smoke plumes coming off of those fires as the air clears out, and some of those fires will definitely pick up and move today in California. For the upper level smoke, same story, pretty good amount of smoke in western Idaho today and up through central Nevada. That doesn't change too much by this afternoon. It moves a little bit further eastward by this afternoon, and there is a little bit of clearing moving into western Idaho under that southwest flow. No precipitation or lightning here for the last 24 hours, but there has been a little bit of precip already moving into Oregon, which is welcome news. They will see some more over the next couple of days there as well. Fire activity across the Great Basin remains steady for our large fires. We continue to see growth on those fires, especially over in western Idaho and along the Utah border there. A few new initial attack fires continue to pop up as well in other areas. ERCs for today are shown here. We have a lot of ERCs a lot of stations that are showing high ERCs above the 97th percentile for many areas in Idaho and Utah. We will see those values come down over the next 24 to 48 hours with cooler temperatures and some precipitation moving in to Idaho, northern Utah, northeast Nevada. But for today, those values over the Boise forest here, right up near the historical records. It's been a very rapid increase there for the last couple of weeks. And then northern Utah as well. We did see a dip last weekend about 10 days ago with some cooler temperatures, but those have spiked right back up to record-setting levels for today. This morning's satellite imagery is showing that low pressure system finally moving inland over the Pacific Northwest. We are drawing some moisture up ahead of that low through Nevada today, so we will see some precipitation out of this moisture later in the day, early evening. And then as that low comes through, once the cold air comes in, it will bring a better chance of precipitation to Idaho and northern Utah. But wind and dry air mass at the surface for much of the Great Basin today. So we do have high risk issued for Idaho, western and southern Nevada, and western Utah for the wind out ahead of this trough. This little area in central and northeast Nevada here, the RHs will be a little bit higher there. We may see some precipitation with that little band of moisture coming in through the day today, where elsewhere it will be drier at the surface. So winds here again, very gusty, up to 40-45 miles an hour possible in these areas shaded in pink, including western and southern Nevada and up into southern Idaho and western Utah as well. Low relative humidities in many of those areas are expected, but we do see this band of precipitation moving into central Nevada and up into southwest Idaho. That's going to be coming in later in the afternoon and the evening hours. A good amount of precip moving into Oregon today as well. By late in the day Saturday, the trough will be moving off to the north and the east, but in the overnight hours into Saturday morning, we will see the precipitation fill in as that low tracks through northern Idaho, western Wyoming, and even into northern Utah just a bit. Still some gusty winds out ahead of this trough, however, where the precipitation won't reach in southern and southeast Utah on Saturday. So the winds for Saturday afternoon really highlighting southern and southeast Utah. Further north, it might be gusty, but definitely higher relative humidities there. And here's the precipitation expected for Saturday. Most of this is going to come in the morning and midday and kind of clear out by the evening hours. It is a bit of a quick moving storm, but should bring some precip there. On Sunday, drier air filling back into the Great Basin with lighter winds region-wide, so we don't have any high risk issued for Sunday. And our fire potential really decreases across the north, at least temporarily. Sunday, just some breezy winds in southern Nevada, but not to the critical levels. And then precip clears out by Sunday. 3-day precipitation totals really highlighting some precip coming to the central Idaho Mountains, western Wyoming, northeast Nevada, and clipping northern Utah. Welcome news for sure. By Monday, we actually see a little bit of moisture come up from the south back up into Utah. So we will see some of our fire danger and our dryness levels decreasing to yellow and green, with some of that moisture coming back up into Utah on Monday. Elsewhere, we're dry. So Idaho, Nevada are going to be on the drier side. Most of the precip will be limited to Utah, but possibly up into eastern Idaho by Tuesday, with the drying across Nevada. Same story continues into Wednesday as the ridge temporarily builds back into the Great Basin. We see a pretty significant low pressure system off the Canadian coast here, but it's not ready to move in just yet. So for Wednesday, Thursday, midweek, dry and generally sunny conditions. So the 7-day precip totals, much like the 3-day, but we do see a little bit more moisture move up into southern and eastern Utah, with the moisture coming in Monday, Tuesday of next week. The extended forecast for September 25th through October 1st is putting a bullseye of heat off to the north and east, which is nice, closer to normal temperatures for the Great Basin. And we will see above normal chances for precip moving back into the Pacific Northwest as we see a more typical fall pattern with another trough. We are starting to see the hints of that moving into the Pacific Northwest. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.